Hi, on the box in front of me here now, we have the satellite channels pre-tuned on it. But the next step here is to actually come and add on the Irish channels. Now this will need to be done specifically for the region that you live in, because it'll all depend on what your local transmitter is and what frequency you need to tune it in on. So what we need to do here is we obviously need to have a TV area on the roof and have it connected to the back of the box, and then we need to press the menu button here and come down as far as the installation menu, which is the second option. Arrow over here and come down then to, we've two options here. We've automatic scan or manual scan. Virtually everybody will go for the automatic scan here because you mightn't be sure which is the right transmitter for you or exactly what frequencies you're tuned on. So we simply come across here, press OK, and the country here can be German. We might as well just leave it German because Ireland actually won't be an option on this list here. Okay, so it doesn't really matter too much. Some countries cover VHF and UHF in that scan, but for Ireland it's UHF only, so you know it's fine to simply go free to air only, yes, because there's no subscription channels available on the Irish system, and we just want to make the scan as quick as possible, and we do search here now. Okay, so what it's working through here is the UHF band effectively goes from channel 21 all the way up to 69. So what's working through here is it's after finding one transmitter here, and it's finding a second transmitter here as well. Okay, now it used to be that all of the channels were being broadcast off a single MUX. Okay, so if you were on a single if you were picking up channels, you would pick up on a single frequency, and there'd be 8 channels carried by that one MUX. What's happening now is, because they're moving to a second MUX, each transmitter will actually have 2 different broadcasting frequencies going with it, and one of them will carry the main Irish channels and the other one will carry sort of test channels for future broadcasts on it. Okay, so we can see here anyway, these 2 frequencies will come off the same transmitter, and these 2 as well. The first one will be carrying the main Irish channels, the other one carrying the future channels. So what we'll do here is we simply come along and we press OK, and we exit out at this particular point in time. So what we'll find here is that we have future channels 1, 2. So you can see these are all just, I'm actually flicking over and it makes no difference because it's always just a test channel there. And if we come into Junior 1 now, we can see here then we have the Irish channels there. Okay, but the thing with this is that so we want those 2 different transmitters to be there, or the 2 different MUXes off the one transmitter to be there. But what some boxes do, but the Xoro one doesn't do, and it's a little bit of a disadvantage, is it doesn't figure out which is the strongest frequency and delete the one with the weakest frequency. So for both transmitters, it picks up of. It keeps both transmitters on it, so we just have to make a judgment call of which we think is the strongest signal here, and delete the other unwanted ones, or keep the top ones to the top of the list. Okay, so I know for a fact that the additional ones here coming off Capua rather than Mount Leinster are the ones that we want to use for our particular location, and you can check on the tvtrade.ie website for the various different frequencies. So if you know your transmitter, you'll know the actual frequency that goes with it, because you're being told here that this is the frequency it's being transmitted on, and when it says 8 meg, this is the space in between megahertz in between the different channel numbers on it when we're breaking down the UHF spectrum. So that's it anyway. That's a full scan of all the Irish channels. The next thing we'd normally do would come along, we'd grab those Irish channels and obviously move them on the top of the list, and I'll cover that topic in a later video covering move, sort and delete.